In a way, the chaconne, depends on how you look at it, but I think there's almost something a bit soothing, almost hypnotic, diametrically opposed to the famousness and bigness or whatever you like. I feel most comfortable with it. Maybe it's just the key of D minor that really sets. It's a very settling key for the violin. In its essence, you have a bass line that repeats over and over again throughout the entire piece. And this bass line appears actually in the first couple of bars of all four of the movements. And so there is definitely a link. And this bass line you can very easily see in the corrente, as a matter of fact, the second movement. And then, of course, he develops in a completely entirely different way. Or, again, the Allemand, C sharp, implied bass of a D, B flat. So, and then even more elaborate is the saraband, the third movement. So, C sharp again, and then D. And then he deviates a little, but comes back ultimately to the G. Actually, they're linked, and for sure, it's a very conscious thread that Bach has put in as a binding structural element. You really do, as a listener, also, you start hearing a scale of music that completely, is paradoxical to just this one violinist standing there. He wrote down music for the sake of writing it down, and somehow his inner perfectionism or drive to just push that boundary just a little bit, how he revises a work, let's say, multiple times. And each time it's better. It really is better. But any of the six. And also, again, who was it written for? Was it written just as an exercise, or was it written for? We don't know, and so that also, even in out of a historical perspective, it leaves the question completely unanswered. It seems to have been part of Bach's personality or Bach's household, just like we do Sudoku or crossword puzzles. This sort of tying music into sort of an intellectual game. There's a little bit of just sheer pleasure, I think, sheer drive in writing all of this. And so I wouldn't be able to say, and anything I could say would be purely conjectural. And in a way, that's why I think there's so many interpretations of not just this particular piece, but of any. It just kind of stands there waiting to be approached.